right, guys, welcome back. I'm very excited to have a very good friend of mine, Sebastian Cruze, on here next. And I'm going to let him jump into it pretty quickly, but I just want to let you know he's the founder of a company called Decode Your Genius. They have a software and training platform that guides people to make the biggest difference possible with their passion. And he's going to be talking about how passion is power and the world needs your masterpiece. So it's going to be a great follow-up to what Frank talked about finding the way that you can really find your own hope in the world and your own aspiration and follow that. So his big mission is to create global abundance by 2100. So that's really exciting. And most importantly, he's a really great friend of mine. So, lastly, I want to let you know there is a little workbook to go along with this presentation, which you can find at decodeyourgenius.com/GHS. And we'll put that up on the screen here for you real quick. And that will be, anyway, we'll pop that up here shortly, and I'll let you take it away, Sebastian.
Okay, thanks, Tim. Okay, and if you can just let me know if you can see the screen all good, and then we'll begin. Yes. Let's see. Let's go like this. Okay, is that good? Perfect. Just let me know when I've got the green light. Passion is power. The world needs your masterpiece. In this presentation, we're going to go through the 3 practical steps of how you can make a powerful difference. And so let's first start off with a quote from innovative billionaire Steve Jobs. He says, "The only way to do great work is to love what you do." And this is the focus of this presentation, is that your passion has great power hidden within it. And that the greatest contributors to this world found a way to harness that passion and use it to make a difference. And right now is very unique because we're living in the greatest opportunity in human history, because technology is advancing so fast. We see it every day. And according to Forbes, the new Renaissance has begun. The old Renaissance was a period of human innovation, an explosion of creativity, all these different things that help move humanity forward. And now it's time for round 2. And what this means is that since things are changing so fast, we have the opportunity to use the technology available to blast us forward into a much greater world where people have stronger health, they have easier wealth, and more happiness. Yet at the same time, if we don't use this technology correctly, we very well could lose everything that we have here. And this has happened many times before, where great civilizations collapsed, like the ancient Romans. And now the stakes are higher because we have greater weapons. We have more connected technology. So if we don't use it correctly, it could be the end. Which is why, as Tim said, global abundance is the mission, because for the first time in human history, we have the opportunity to actually reach this in a practical way. So the thing, though, is if people don't follow their passion, we won't achieve global abundance, because people won't be inspired to create the solutions that our world needs right now. And great heroes create a masterpiece. That's how it goes. Steve Jobs, iPhone. Martin Luther King Jr., civil rights. Nikola Tesla, electric innovation. Amelia Earhart, flying pioneer. So my question for you is, what's your masterpiece? You have a masterpiece within you. Every great person here followed their passion and created a masterpiece that helped the world. And you have a masterpiece within you. You might be looking at these different peoples, these heroes from history, and you might be saying, well, that was them, but what about me? You know, they had some genius in them that maybe I don't have. They, had whatever they did, that's them and this is me. I am here to unapologetically say that you have a masterpiece within you. And we're going to go into why that is. And the thing is that I didn't always know this to be the case. I used to think that there was smart people and dumb people. And it hurts me to even say this, but that's what I thought. And what it turned out to be the case is that I was absolutely wrong. Because with what I started finding with my mentors and my colleagues, that we were studying over 10,000 personality types. And what I saw over there through the data is that there was 22 different types of genius, that everybody had a specific talent. Everybody had a specific passion that could contribute in its own way. And time again, I saw that I was wrong. I was wrong to say that there were smart people and dumb people. The truth, the reality is that every single person, no matter what color you are, no matter where you are, no matter what your experience is, you have a hidden power within you that when it comes out, it can help the world. And not only help the world, it's what this fucking world needs. Because we have so many problems right now that it's too much problems for one person to solve them. But together, we can solve them. And that's what we need here. We need your passion. Albert Einstein said, everybody is a genius, but if you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, it will live its whole life believing that it is stupid. And we can see this firsthand in the educational system where a certain type of intelligence is rewarded. If you can study and memorize and do well on tests, that's rewarded. And that's fine. That's one aspect of genius. Yet there's many different ones. Like I said, there's 22 types of genius. So society will start understanding that all of these different types is really what the world needs. And once we looked at the data of all those 10,000 personality type study, then I started going on a mission of genius research, looking at the life stories of these great heroes, seeing the mistakes they made, seeing the good decisions they made, seeing the path that they took to create the masterpiece, seeing how in the beginning, it didn't seem like they were creating anything special. They were just following their passion in these ways that didn't seem like they made sense at the time. But as they followed piece by piece, all of a sudden, a powerful masterpiece came through. And this has taken myself and combined with my mentors over 35 years of research. And that's why I'm so excited to share these 3 steps with you so that you can move forward today and in this Global Hope Summit weekend with practical steps to start creating your masterpiece and making a difference. Because the world needs what you have to share. And I want to share something with you is that you might be thinking, well, okay, well, maybe I have the masterpiece, but how do I get there? You know, all those great heroes, they found a way, but what about me? Maybe you're thinking to yourself. Well, imagine that we put your personality into a computer where all your characteristics, your preferences, the things you like, you didn't like, and we said, okay, computer, this is everything about this person. Crunch the data and then show us the path to their masterpiece. Show us the best path in their life that utilizes their passions, that utilizes their intelligence, that stays away from the things that they don't like. Let's put that together and let's look at the best path. And that computer would create a path. And it would also create a path of saying, okay, well, if you didn't follow your passions, this is what that life would look like, and everything in between. So this is a way of just realizing that out of all the things that make you, put those together, there is an optimal path. There is a best path for you, no matter who you are, no matter where you are, no matter what's happened in your life. You do have a best path within you right now. And as you follow that, that's what will lead you to your masterpiece. Yet, unfortunately, many people close their final chapter with regret for not living the life they wanted. So I am here to unapologetically say, don't let days pass away not creating the life you want. Because as I keep saying, the world needs your masterpiece. It does. So when you create your masterpiece, this is so important because instead of feeling lost in life, you gain confidence because you can see the clear path of where you're going. Instead of avoiding your work, you love your work. You're excited to get into the office. You're excited to open up your laptop. You're excited to wake up. And instead of feeling stuck, you gain momentum. And creating your masterpiece is a journey. It's a journey of growing your wealth, growing your health, and growing your happiness. And what happens when you put all those together is that instead of feeling overwhelmed, you feel clarity. Your life makes sense. You can see where all the pieces fit together and the path moving forward. So instead of feeling scattered, feel focus, knowing what to put your time and energy into. And then instead of feeling blocked, it results in achieving the goals that mean the most to you. Because money is a part of it, enjoying your work is a part of it, contributing is a part of it, loving your work, all of these come together so that you're achieving the goals that really mean the most to you. So let's get into those 3 steps to create your masterpiece. Number 1, find your passion. Number 2, find your purpose. Number 3, grow your impact. So now let's go into a bit more depth for each of these. And this is where the guidebook comes in handy that Tim mentioned, because there's extra writing prompts that you can fill in either now or after the presentation, or even throughout the weekend, to really get these ideas going and getting them into a practical plan to move forward. Step 1, find your passion. So this is important because when you do your passion, you're happier. And when you're happier, you're more motivated. And as innovative billionaire Jeff Bezos says, you don't choose your passions choose you. So my question for you is, what do you love to do? What excites you? What puts a smile on your face? Those are clues leading you to your masterpiece. And over the past 8-9 years, I've worked with many business owners and many people who are not business owners, but they're career focused and successful in that. And the thing that always comes up is this thing of like, well, that's what I love to do, but it doesn't make any money. It's not useful. Here's an interesting thing. And I understand it because I was in the same boat. I used to think the same thing. And what I've found time and time again in the genius research is that when a person follows that passion, that doesn't seem like it makes sense at all in the moment, doesn't seem like you know how it's going to make money, but when they follow that over time, that's what leads them to a new skill, a powerful insight, a new innovation, a new idea that then launches them forward. Leonardo da Vinci is a great example of this. He was a master at painting, engineering, anatomy, so many different things. And in the beginning of his life, it seemed like he was following these passions that didn't really make sense. But then what happened, and it takes some time, and it takes working at it, as he followed those, there was this critical point where all of those new insights merged together and then launched him forward with new innovations, whether it was painting or engineering. And it was so beyond anything that his colleagues had seen at the time. And it's because they were stuck in a rut of just seeing the world through the lens of their industry, where Leonardo da Vinci was seeing these different perspectives from different industries, different categories, different ways of thinking. And then as they merged together, that's what allowed him to create new innovations that were vastly ahead of anything at his time. So what do you love to do? What do you love to do? And my challenge for you is to give yourself an hour a week to just do that, an hour a week. Step 2, find your purpose. As innovative billionaire Richard Branson says, there is no greater thing you can do with your life and your work then follow your passions in a way that serves the world and you. And this is what it's about, is what can you make a difference with that helps you and then also helps the world? They aren't two separate things. They're one and the same. And this is important because when you find your purpose, you're more focused. And when you're focused, you're more successful. So you might be saying, though, well, my purpose, that's such a vague thing. That's such a big question. Well, let's simplify it here. This is something that is the United Nations global goals. So they got together and they said, basically, what are the 17 biggest problems in our world right now? And let's put clarity here and let's get people to help solve these problems. So my question for you is, which cause speaks to you the most? Is it animals? Is it education? Is it poverty? Is it sustainable communities? Whatever it is for you, that is a clue to your masterpiece. And here's the beautiful thing. You don't have to be passionate about all of these. You don't even have to be passionate about half of them. All you have to do is connect and see and discover the one that connects most with you. And that's a beautiful thing, is that, again, these are too many problems for one person. But together, that's where we come together. Maybe yours is animals. Maybe mine is education. Maybe yours is hunger. Whatever it is. And as we come together, we can divide and conquer while still being united with the shared mission of making the world better, and let's get to global abundance. As Mark Twain says, the two most important days of your life are the day you are born and the day you find out why. So when you look at an example like this, what calls out to you? What do you feel in your chest that I got to do something? Because there are kids in this world that need help right now. There are animals in this world that need help right now. There's plants in this world. There is things in this world that need help right now. And each of us can help in our own way. So let's take a look at how we can make this another level practical. Because you don't have to be Elon Musk going to Mars to make a difference in the world. That's one way. It's an amazing way. And there's many other different ways. So we know that charity is one, but technology is another one. Writing, speaking. This is about you finding your own way that connects with you to make a difference. It's all about you. Community. Maybe it's bringing people together with the right ideas or the helpful ideas, shared ideas. Or maybe it's bringing people together with differences and having dialogue together where everybody can grow. Maybe it's art, creating beautiful things that enrich the world. Maybe it's buying, so it's supporting the companies that are helping the world. It's supporting the companies with good values. Perhaps it's voting at the big level, local level, anything in between. These are just a few of the ways to make a difference. So what I challenge you to do right now is kind of connect to which one do you feel kind of resonates with you the most. That's a clue to your masterpiece. And not, like I said, not everyone has to be going to Mars. There's different layers to this where you can help in your own way. So there's the local level. That's where it all begins. So your specific passion, sharing that with the people you see on a weekly basis, friends, family, people at the coffee shop that you might frequent, the people you interact with. Each time of those things, we have an opportunity to share the passion with us. And when we share a passion with someone, it enriches them. It's like bringing new energy into conversations. So it starts with local. Then the layer of influence beyond that is your country or your states, your province, whatever it is sharing it more and more and more. And then beyond that is global. So helping people, helping animals all around the world. So it is a process of growing these layers, and you don't have to just start at global. Start at local, where you're at, so people can feel your passion. And another way of looking at this too is a mentor who's had a great impact on my journey, Yannick Silver, and he has a concept called the Evolved Enterprise, and he's going to actually be speaking later on in this Global Hope Summit. And he's got a book as well. So this is just a very quick tie-in here of how this can take things and make it more relatable as well. Because we're taking a big thing right here. We're taking find your purpose and we're simplifying it into the daily life. And he's got a concept that says, you know, in businesses, either you're a business owner or you're working in a business with a career, whatever it might be, it could be transactional, where it's just about you and what you get, the money. The next step above that is transformational. So yeah, it's about the money you get, and it's about the people that you're helping on the other side. And then what he says, the level beyond that is transcending. So it's helping you, it's helping your customers, and it's helping the world. And this 3 levels is a new way of thinking about this and saying, okay, what you do with your work can help the world every single day. Human beings, it's the thing we do most, pretty much, is work. So this is how, let's not just throw that away. Let's instead of channel all that energy into a way that helps everybody. Step 3, grow your impact. As innovative billionaire Elon Musk says, when something is important enough, you do it, even if the odds aren't in your favor. So don't let the odds hold you back from creating your masterpiece. Because when you serve the world, you make a difference. So my question for you is, what would you create with a blank check? Say a check showed up, no strings attached, 20 million bucks right into your account. No taxes, no nothing, just right into your account. And you go, okay, this is amazing. You go travel around the world, go to expensive restaurants, buy new things. You have a blast. Okay. So when you come back and you've got some millions left, and you might be saying, Sebastian, I spent it all. Okay. So say you've got some millions back. However, what do you want to build with it? What's that thing inside that you have been kind of thinking about of like, oh, well, maybe when I'm retired, or maybe when I get X amount of money in the bank, or maybe once I do all these things, then I will do that thing I really want to do. What's that thing? Because what I've seen in the Genius research and also with the people I've worked with in the last 8-9 years, that thing that you really want to do is the source of incredible power that otherwise, if it's not tapped into, it just lies dormant. And logically, it does make sense to wait until a certain amount of time. Logically, it does make sense to money or time, whatever it is. But that's not how the geniuses created their masterpiece. It's not. I've seen it in all the different type of life stories. What they did is they found a way to still take care of their responsibilities, yet devote a section of time to that thing they really wanted to do and just build that. And again, as you can see, I'm all about practicality. So don't throw away all your commitments. Don't throw away all your responsibilities. Keep those. But let's carve out some time to start really focusing on that. And what I see time and time again is that when a person connects to that thing that they really want to do with their life, they get connected to a passion, a focus, an intensity, an energy that starts changing their life because they show up to meetings different. They show up to calls different. They show up to their family different, show up to their friends different. It's a whole new version of themselves that is awakened within. That's what happened to the great geniuses. That's what is within you. And that's what my mission is. My life mission is to help people create their masterpiece because that's what's going to help the world. That's what's going to solve the problems. I keep saying it. I can't do it alone. I can't solve all the problems that we have in our world alone. But each person creating their masterpiece, that's what will move the world forward. And that's what I've seen time and time again is that as people are creating their masterpiece, they're connecting to a passion that allows them to move forward in their life, their business, their career. And that's why what I'm doing at Decode Your Genius is creating a free app that guides people to create their masterpiece, the world's first app to help people create their masterpiece. And I'm making it free because global abundance is the mission. Global abundance is the mission. The more people that create their masterpiece in the world, the better the world will be. So, passion is power, and the world needs your masterpiece. You got it. All right. So where do I go
Yeah.
next?
Yeah.
Sure. I can do Q&A too, if we need to.
Yeah. I have a couple questions that I just want to ask you real quick. But before I do that, I want to encourage everybody. So if you have questions directly for the speaker, I'd love for you to post them in the Facebook group so that we can continue to spark conversations there. And we're encouraging the speakers to go in there as well and answer those questions.
I'll be there. You got
Yeah,
questions? I'll be in the
cool.
comments.
Awesome. But yeah, I want to ask you. Talked a lot about like serving the world, and also like like that your effort matters. And like I think it's really important to understand the scope of that. So like when you think about the world as it relates to someone's genius, what does that mean to you?
Yeah, I think that's a great question because sometimes it can feel daunting, of like, oh, the world, what does that connect? How does that help my day-to-day life? So I think that first starting local with how can you share your passion in your work? How can you share with your friends and your family? That in itself is helping the world in such a high degree because when people are doing what they love, they're happier, there's less disagreement, there's more peace.
Yeah.
So if even that one shift, if you go out in your life and you're just connecting your passion on a daily basis and then sharing it with the world, sharing it with the people that you interact with,
Right.
you're doing a huge thing.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah, I think that's so important. Like I think a lot of times people get caught up. Even they hear even this kind of rah serve save the world, right? And there's even like it matters what you do every day, what you connect to every day. It matters. And I've always kind of seen the world is kind of the sum of us all a little bit, right? And each person playing plays a part in what it is, and what they do affects it. So the last thing I wanted to ask you about, like, so you talked a little bit about you talked about the global goals and like kind of identifying with those. What's a good way to know if like a problem you see in the world is something that really you're passionate about, that you really should try to do something about, and what you should leave to somebody else?
That's a great question. Yeah, I think it can be really simple, which is what do you feel? What do you feel in the chest?
Mm.
And I've used this term before, like it's like a GPS in your chest. Because we all know it, when we feel something that's pounding, where that's something I got to focus on. That's a hint. And sometimes it doesn't start off that strong.
Right.
Sometimes it just feels like maybe you see that topic come up and you just feel a little something. Sometimes it's like a little flicker of a flame. And society tells us, oh, that little flicker doesn't mean nothing. Just focus on your job, keep making the money, and go. But that's not what the genius research shows. It shows that little flicker is different for all of us, and let that grow. Let that grow. And it can also start as a curiosity too. Maybe you're just curious about something like, man, if I had an extra 10 hours a week, I would just read into that or research into that. Yeah. That's another way of knowing.
Wow, that's awesome. Cool. And I know you mentioned your site, and is that the best way to get in touch with you if people want to learn more at decodeyourgenius.com?
Yeah, decodeyourgenius.com. The Facebook comment for Global Hope Summit, I'll be there. And there we go.
Awesome. Well, thanks for joining us on this summit. I'm really excited to have you, and it was such a powerful message you shared here, and I think important to the overall context of what we're trying to do here. So thank you so much, and yeah, I'll see you in the group.
All right,